Welcome to Forgotten Genius Fridays, the series where we shine a light on remarkable people whose stories deserve a place in history. I'm your host, Rod Washington, and today we're remembering a man whose courage changed the lives of more than 100 people, yet whose name remains unfamiliar to many Americans. His name was Madison Washington. Born into slavery in Virginia during the early 1800s, Madison Washington escaped to freedom in Canada in 1839. But freedom wasn't enough while his wife remained enslaved. In an extraordinary act of love and courage, he returned to Virginia in hopes of rescuing her. Instead, he was captured and imprisoned. Soon, Washington and 134 other enslaved men, women, and children were forced aboard the American slave ship Creole, bound for New Orleans, where many would likely be sold to plantations across the Deep South. But Madison Washington refused to accept that fate. On November 7, 1841, he helped lead a carefully planned uprising aboard the ship. The enslaved captives overpowered much of the crew and demanded that the vessel sail to Nassau in the Bahamas, where slavery had already been abolished under British law. When the Creole arrived, British authorities refused American demands to return the captives as property. As a result, 128 formerly enslaved people gained their freedom. To this day, the Creole Revolt remains the most successful slave uprising in United States history. Washington's bravery inspired abolitionist Frederick Douglass, who later wrote The Heroic Slave, one of the earliest works of African American fiction based on a real historical figure. Although much of Madison Washington's later life remains a mystery, his legacy is undeniable. He reminds us that history isn't shaped only by famous presidents or generals. Sometimes it's changed by ordinary people who make extraordinary decisions in impossible circumstances. Madison Washington's story is one of leadership, sacrifice, and the relentless pursuit of freedom. It's a reminder that many of history's greatest heroes are still waiting to be discovered. Thank you for listening to Forgotten Genius Fridays from STM Daily News. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who loves history. You can also visit stmdailynews.com for more stories about the remarkable people history should never forget. Until next time, I'm your host, reminding you that the past is full of stories that continue to shape our future.